My name is Josephine Mill. I work with Child Protection section, and I'm a Child Protection Officer with UNICEF.
My name is Henny Kama. I work with UNICEF as a Child Protection Officer, and I'm the officer responsible for ensuring Primero is being Primero work in the country.
My name is Moses. Surname is John. I'm from Papua New Guinea, and I'm charity officer, and I'm working with the National Office for Child and Family Services, which is one of the government mandated office that ensure to work with the children in need of protection. And I like to say we are partners together with to see the children in need of protection with the office, UNICEF office.
We hear that when people come here, when we have visitors coming, they said, wow, this is so different from what we were told. And so we say, well, sometimes you have to come and experience for yourself what it really is like here in PNG, because it's a lot more different from what people say. People here are very different, and when you actually come here, you find that it's actually very opposite to what you've heard and what you learn from others. So yeah, I think Papua New Guinea is not like any other place in the world. I think for me, I've traveled, lived overseas, but I can say that there's no place like home. PNG is still the best.
One of the things I wanted to ask you guys about was just working here. You guys are from here, you've worked internationally, lived internationally, and now you're back working in Papua New Guinea. Was it difficult coming back? How has your experience been? Are you happy to be working back in your country again and doing the work that you're doing that's so needed for children?
Be out there, but it would be good for learning purposes. For me, I feel that there's much more work to be done back at home, and that, like I said before, there's no place like home. So, we have different people who want to go out there, explore and live out there, but we also have people who, like I said, are connected to our land, to our people, to our culture, to everything that makes us who we are. Mm-hmm. And to stay away from that for long is probably, I suppose we may not be able to survive out there.
When any with child protection, I remember maybe 10 years back, people wouldn't know what child protection was, and people wouldn't understand what child rights was. In a sense, it's supposed to be. So it was like you were put in a boiling water that you didn't know what the outcome would be like. Because people were so protective. They would tell you, we know how to look after our children, and corporal punishment was accepted. So it was quite challenging, and also because we grew up accepting the norms of being punished physically, and there were strong cultural discipline that we grew up. So it's like a norm that we also challenge our own beliefs to be child protection officers, right? Yeah, and not just that, but being in the forefront and not having any understanding of what the cases that you were listening to were going to have an impact on your own life, on your life with children. You as a person, how you will go out of it. It's never understood. I never understood. But it was exciting because it was a new frontier that you had no one, like you became an expert, and everyone depended on you kind of thing made you feel that, okay, I need to prove myself, I know this. So self-development, self-growth was really part of our journey. And the universities we graduated from never over, are still not covering child protection courses. I don't know if psychology is, yes, but it's not, it's psychology in general. And the people in the child protection fields were never part of that either. It's also a course. So you had people come from different backgrounds, but it's the passion, you know, to change for the better of the children. That is the drive. That is, yeah, and learning on the job because it was new. We had a lot of opportunity for training, for attending classes. I think that really shaped the workforce in child protection.
One of the challenges that I have is on the government's objectives or goal in protecting children and look out in making the Child Protection Act 2015. It talks about child protection, protecting future, secure future, child protection, secure future. So this is the one that we are working on as the Office of the Child and Family Services. But then at the same time, if we cannot really focus on the development of the children, and then how do we see the children, they are below the age of 18? And then those that are going to private schools and those that are attending public schools and those that are not attending schools, and some children are already collecting, controlling the traffic on the streets and selling flowers on the streets. How do we see them? So some of the people that they are sending their kids overseas, we are legal in our own land. And this is something that we really need to focus on, because only minority of the people are sending their kids overseas or they are attending to schools, private schools. Most majority of the children are not in those, having those kind of access to services. So this is the challenge that we have, so that the government need to really focus on the children, so that those that are below the age of 18 must be given free education, so that we accept the universal education level, so that they know how to, know their rights and then able to attend schools. Otherwise, we are not at the right track. We cannot give priority to child protection. Child protection is one very important. That's why we say secure future. As child protection is securing the future of the children. So that's what the way I see from child protection. Reaching it, we have role and cover, and we really need to see how we can manage to prosper as a Black Voices country, which the Prime Minister James Marape has talked about it. And every individual is focusing on it to make sure that we become the Black Voices country in the world. And those scholars of prospect that are doing their studies in different aspects in to come back to Papua New Guinea to contribute to the development of this nation. So in my area as well, in terms of public service management, and also focusing on how we integrate child protection into the public service, and then better the system and the process we have in the government sector, as well as with the NGOs, how we can work together collaboratively to make sure that maximize the child protection mechanisms in the country. So these are some of the things that I have seen from other countries, that I have to contextualize that into our country, so that we better have the child protection system in the country as well.
Right from the top down, good decisions will be made, and then a good investment also will be made, because we know we have a vision. The government's vision is to have this nation in 2050 vision, we call it, is to be a healthy, wealthy, rich and happy nation. And in order to do that, we have to start doing something now, because the children that we are making now, by that time, by 2050, they will be 30 years old, and they will be the ones who are going to be the citizens of this country, who will be leading the country forward. So in order to prepare those people for that year, we need to begin now with those children.
Definitely. Yeah.
The Papua New Guinea Act finally reviewed. So it's like the development in the context of children. There's like the first ever legislation that actually holistically looks at the child in all aspects.
That's great.
So that is the best legislation that builds a framework for other legislations to be reviewed to make them align to LPA. And from there, it's the first time we have the policy. It's the first time we have even the regulations in the court process. It's the first time we have even the magistrates dedicated for family court, which was never there before. And it's also the first time now to have trained child protection officers who will be actually implementing a complete process, unlike before. So it's a big achievement in itself for the children of PNG and for the government as well. Case management itself, and to tell them to go out there and practice. People might forget, people might not use it, and there's no way of you monitoring what they're doing in actual everyday work. But if Primero is there, you would actually pick out who's working, who's not working. You would also know if there's lack in case management understanding, if the cases have been prosecuted, if not, the status of the case. I think you would holistically see the progress of the whole system itself, which we don't have anything at the moment. And one of the biggest things would be the administrative data, which is going to be uniform with this rollout, because everyone will be reporting on the same indicators, on the same. So it's not reporting, but like Moses will be able to see that, okay, there are 10 cases in lay, which may not be realistic for a week. They may have more than 10, but today actually, so it will be him now to say, are you able to manage that? Are you able to put it into the system? It gives him the tool to go back and say, there's an area to work on. Whereas now, we don't know what's the need, what's lacking, what is the capacity gap. It's going to really help us in a big way. I mean, that's how I see it.
To get from one province to another is just, so expensive. Travel in country is even like, it's as if you're trying to travel overseas. The fares are so, huge. So to even work with case and be able to transfer those cases online, and just by making phone calls and talking and discussing, conferencing over the case, that is even going to reduce cost. So that's going to be a big plus also.
That we'd like to work in, and we appreciate the ideas of Primero to be implemented in the country, and we look forward to